Guys, it is summertime, so whether you're on vacation like me or you're just gonna enjoy the summer at home, here's the 7 best sneakers for the summertime and my bulletproof vacation rotation. I'm here in Santorini for the week, so as you can see, I'm using the hotel room as a studio. I strategically packed these 7 sneakers, all for different reasons. Let's kick this off with the biggest no-brainer summer sneaker, and that is the Yeezy Foam Runner. I'm sure most of you assumed that this pair of shoes was gonna be on the list. If you've tried out the Foam Runner, it's literally just the perfect summer sneaker. I mean, you already know it has all of the summer qualities, like it's super comfortable, it's super versatile, and obviously super breathable. It's also the perfect shoe to travel with because whether you're wearing it on an airplane, it's super comfortable, you can just slip them right off. Or if you're not gonna wear these while you're traveling, you can just throw them in your suitcase, and because they're so light and they can literally pack up so easily, the perfect things to throw in your suitcase. You don't have to worry about bringing big, heavy sneakers. Some people like to wear shoes in the sea because they don't want to step on stuff, so yeah, this could be a perfect sea shoe. The list really goes on in terms of the Foam Runner's summer qualities. In terms of colorway, you guys can see I chose the MX Cinder to bring with me while I'm out here on vacation. Typically, I've brought the sand colorway in the past because it's just so versatile in terms of the colorway. It goes with a bunch of different outfits. But I decided to bring this one, and I'm actually super glad I brought it. I absolutely love this colorway. Either way, if you're trying to build the best summer rotation, these have to be on it in my opinion. All right, next up we have the Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Found. First off, the colorway, in my opinion, is just great for summer outfits. But the big reason I took this pair of shoes on vacation is because I kind of feel like it's a perfect sneaker to get a little bit more dressy with. Maybe if you're going out for a nice dinner or to some kind of party that you want to dress a little bit more fancy than your standard just throw on the streetwear shorts and t-shirt. This pair of Jordan 1s, in my opinion, is the perfect option. I wore mine to dinner, threw a shirt on, and the vibes were immaculate. This was a perfect shoe, and I'm just so glad I brought it with me. And there's definitely something about the Jordan 1 that's like one of the only basketball sneakers that you can kind of dress up. Obviously, if you're going to like a super fancy place that has like a dress code, then yeah, you're probably not gonna make it through with your Jordan 1 Chicago's. Listen, we're sneakerheads, and I'd probably rock these things to a wedding. We're definitely not getting the most comfortable shoes. We'll definitely reserve this pair of shoes for your more special occasions, rather than the times where you're gonna be walking a lot or spending a lot of time on your feet. But that's why we have a summer rotation, so we got multiple options. Which brings me to my next pair, the Yeezy 700. Now, I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask, as soon as I pulled this pair of shoes out, is like, why didn't you bring the Wave Runners? Listen, I know that pair of shoes is literally screams summertime, and I still think it's a very, very good option, but I personally brought those with me last time when I went on vacation. I wanted to change things up a little bit, and I also think that the 700 V2 is just more comfortable than the V1. And the main reason I personally brought this pair of shoes with me on vacation is because it's so incredibly comfortable, and this is gonna be the pair of shoes that I use when I know I'm gonna be walking a super long distance or I'm gonna be on my feet for a long period of time. But yeah, in my opinion, if you're gonna be doing any summer activities that involve a lot of walking, a lot of standing around, this is a great pair of shoes for all day comfort, and you can look damn good wearing these things too. I would also say that these are a little bit more breathable than the V1, so if that's something that you put high up on your must-have list for a summer sneaker, I think this is a better option. So the summertime and slides is also another no-brainer. So yeah, the next one on the list is the Yeezy Slide. You guys have heard me talk about the Yeezy Slides over and over again, and there's plenty of reasons of why the Yeezy Slide is the king of summer footwear. I mean, these are gonna be one of the most comfortable things that you put on your feet. In my opinion, they look super good, and because of the way that they fit on your foot, you're not gonna be walking around with these things slapping the back of your foot, if you know what I mean. If you're rocking Nike Benassi Slide or some kind of flip-flops, then yeah, people are gonna be able to hear you coming from a mile away. But these things just kind of stick to your foot, which is something that you don't often get with other slides. I personally chose to bring this AZURE colorway with me on vacation instead of the Bone or the Onyx, which are technically a lot more wearable because they're just neutral colors. I already know that some of you guys are apprehensive to rock this all-over blue, louder option of the Yeezy Slide. Man, trust me, I am so glad I brought this colorway. These things actually look way better than I thought they were going to be. This is probably one of the best Yeezy Slide colorways out there, and because it just released, it's also one of the most affordable. And honestly, if you're worried about having a tough time styling these things, I wouldn't be too worried because they're a lot easier to style than you would naturally think. All right, next up on my list is for the super flexers. I'm talking about the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low. These are for the people who want to bring the heat to the heat. This, in my opinion, holds a place in the summer rotation that's a little bit more limited. You're not going to be rocking these things super heavily. It's definitely going to be your more special occasion pair that you wear to any parties, nice dinners, or just really when you want to flex super hard. Yeah, obviously, if you were planning any summer activities that involved something where your shoes would get beat to hell, whether it's a boat trip, a hike, or something like that. Probably don't want to be wearing this pair of shoes because it's super expensive. That's probably the worst thing about this pair of shoes is just how expensive they are to pick up on the aftermarket. Now, if you manage to get these things for retail, that's a different story. Black, the white leather, the sail midsole, you can really pull off some incredible summer outfits in these things. I also will mention, in case you guys were wondering, I also swapped out the laces for the non-wax laces because I really didn't like the way that the wax laces look. White laces are also a little bit shorter, so I can kind of leave them out hanging, which is another look that I personally like. In my opinion, the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott Olive is one of the best shoes for the summertime here in 2023. Alright, next up is a pair of shoes that actually kind of surprised me. The Jordan 4 Nike SB. Now, I already knew that this colorway was an absolute banger for the summertime. I mean, just look at it. These things are gonna go so hard with so many different summer outfits. What I was a little bit more nervous about bringing these things with me on vacation is, one, they are heavy, so you're gonna have to consider that if you're also going on vacation. But two is just how notoriously uncomfortable the Jordan 4 silhouette is. Not that the Jordan 4 is too uncomfortable to wear, like every time I put it on, I'm like absolutely screaming in agony, but it's certainly not a pair of shoes that I would pick if I'm gonna be on my feet all day or if I'm gonna go on a super long walk. The reason why this pair really surprised me is like, this is the first time I've really put some miles into these things and worn them extensively, and I can actually say that these are a little bit more comfortable than a standard pair of Jordan 4s. It just feels a lot softer than a standard pair of 4s. Of course, you've got all of the rubber that is just super soft, the tongue seems softer, and you've got a little bit more padding around the ankle area. Yeah, this is one of my favorite sneakers to drop this year. It's actually a lot of people's favorite, so yeah, I definitely wanted this as part of my summer rotation. The last one on my list is super special, but it's also pretty sad, and that is the Born and Raised Nike SB Dunk Low. So as you guys know, I unboxed these things a couple days ago, so I brought them on vacation with me, and tragically, the founder of Born and Raised, Santo, passed away on June the 28th after a car accident. Now, obviously, my prayers go out to his friends and family, and of course, rest in peace. I personally didn't know much about him or his brand, but I certainly appreciate these sneakers. They look incredible. Obviously, because of this, we don't really know at the time of recording if these are going to release or not. Nike literally just took this pair off of the Nike sneakers app, which indicates that they potentially could be canceled. That makes me recommending this sneaker to you guys a whole lot harder because right now the resale price has already skyrocketed. So if these do end up releasing, I definitely recommend this pair of Dunks. I think it's an incredible colorway. There's a whole load of insane details. But if they don't end up releasing, here's some of my favorite recommendations. First one, the Jarritos Nike SB Dunk Low. That one is a pair that I was going to bring, but I decided to bring these instead. Also, the Fly Streetwear SB Dunk Low, that's an incredible option as well. Or the Orange Lobster Dunks, which I think are just perfect for the summertime. It's a nice bright color. It could really pop in the sunshine. All of these options are SB Dunks because I find them to be way more comfortable. So if you're doing any summer activities, you want that extra padding that you get around the ankle area. You also want that puffy tongue. I just feel like the SB Dunks look really sick with a pair of shorts on. I also want to quickly give a huge thanks and shout out to Alex, the owner of the two places we stayed here in Santorini. The Victoria Caves Hotel and also the Ardor exclusive villas, both insane places which helped me get some super dope content while I'm here. So if any of you guys ever make the trip out, definitely check them out. I'll also leave all of the details in the description below. But there you have it, guys. That is my vacation rotation. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Let me know if you guys have any summer sneaker recommendations down in the comments. Hopefully you all have an amazing summertime, and check out this video over here where I take a look at Nike's Yeezy Slides.